While everyone's talking about semiconductors, AI stocks, Bitcoin, it was the pot stocks, the marijuana, that ran like crazy on Friday. So congratulations if you are in this trade. I'm going to go over Tcnnf because it was at the top of the leaderboard, running up 66.55%. Now, this is where we are. To the north side takes us to another level of resistance and a potential take profit area at 1071, and above that $11.52. So we were here basing for the longest time, consolidating, barcoding, and then we had a rip to the upside on news that Trump could make a new executive order and reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous substance as soon as Monday. This has happened before. The rug has been pulled out from under us multiple times. I've been in this space for a very long time, and every time they say it, it runs, and then it doesn't, and then it pulls right back. So I don't know if it's going to happen on Monday, but we shall see. Now, to the south side, I'm going to give you levels for Monday. And of course, it could run up some more, but this is just average run ups with this 2, 3, and 4 standard deviations. It went to the moon on Friday. I don't expect the moon again the next leg up. I can see consolidation, but again, if we have good news, then euphoria, I want to say euphorbia because I'm a huge plant person. Euphoria will kick in and people will buy because they'll be afraid of missing out, FOMO. All right, to the south side could take us to 827. That in a normal situation will be support. And off of that, I expect a bounce. Oops, that's not the color I usually use. All right, to the south side of that will take us to 668, another level of support, 590, and 507. We have a gap because we gapped up. So let me get rid of my magnet. From here to this gap was a 25% run up. My goodness, hit resistance and on cue slammed back down, went sideways, and then we hit another leg up. All right, that makes sense, 60%, and then we ended at 60, what was it, 66.55, oh, in that range right there. All right, and a normal situation, this is resistance, so I'm going to expect a sell-off, but again, that news will change everything if President Trump makes an announcement. But this is the pullback at $6. All right, I want to go over the high tide. I'm in this trade. I need to take a look at it because I don't know what's going on, but I want to give you what is at the bottom of my list that I'm tracking. High tide up 11%. Okay, the whole marijuana industry, if you track the tickers like I've been tracking, you know there's been a rug pull. So we're finally getting back to levels that we haven't seen since 2024. So let's first mark this out. Oh, get my magnet on. So we gapped up, so we're going to fill to the downside whenever we do for the retracement. That will take us to 263. Turn that red. All right, here are your levels on a normal day on Monday. 299 resistance, 308, and 318. To the south side, the middle of the trend will now take us to 281. This gap closes at 263, 262, 253, 244. All right, and what else is going on here? So that gap is done. This gap is done. Let's take this to the daily. Let me see this in the big picture since it's been forever since I've looked at this one. All right. So in 23, I marked out that the price target was 423. And we're getting back to that 52-week high level. All right, and that's from 2024 that I marked out. Oh, 2022, excuse me. Some levels, all right. What else? Look at this huge run up and boom, the rug pull. And then we kind of consolidated, went up a little bit, a couple legs up, and then went sideways. So congrats if you made some money off of that. And I forgot to look at Tcnnf on the daily. What's happening here? And it's been forever since I've looked at this one too. So the range for 991, we're up here. For Tcnnf will be 1025, 1263, and down the road 1502. The middle of the trend on the daily support is 548. All right. And what else is happening here? Yeah, I haven't kept track of the gaps on this one, but look at this. We're at 2680, 22, all over the place. Okay, the one I'm going to go over is Msos. I have been trading this one for quite some time on a regular basis. Let's go to the 5 first. I woke up late, looked at the computer, and things were running like crazy. And so the night before on Thursday, I set my normal sell limits just to get out. Of course, that sell limit hurt me because I got out when I should not have. I sold this thing 4 times on Friday, thinking, okay, the run up is going to be done. I just wanted to catch a leg up, but boy, was I wrong. But that's okay because I am still in this trade. First, let me click over to this. All right, Msos ended the day at $5.80, up 54.26%. I was just telling the manager at one of the banks to check out Msos and to get into this space because he was in Robinhood. I said, you need to take a look at this because once Trump talks about this and reclassifies, it's going to run up. And I don't know if he did. So I should go back to the bank and ask him. I've done that for Palantir, for my dentist, for my eye doctor, gave him great nuggets and SoFi, and that has been like big bangers. All right, let's talk about what is happening here. So we are at resistance. On a normal day, 602 will be one level, 648, and the next leg up, 694. And I'll talk about all these lines in just a moment. To the south side, the pullback area, the middle of the trend on the 5 is, let me make sure, the purple line, oops, right, no, there we go. This is the line for Monday. Okay, I'm happy with that. So that will take us to 511, and then below that, which I don't know, I don't think that's going to happen because I'm anticipating the good news, 416. On Thursday, December the 11th, I had a buy order at $3.52. Never even got close because I was pulling back to negative 3 standard deviations as the buy-in. I mean, this thing ran so fast. All right, because it ran up, this was the Friday. I marked this out so I could see what was happening. So here, oops. I know this is hard to see, but here's -2. So we were here. That's Thursday. We were here. On Friday, we went from here, ripped up to here. I mean, in a lickety split. So from here, I got to get off the magnet, was a 35% run up right away. Okay, and then we went up 50% from there. Let me delete this. Delete, delete. All right, so I sold out here for a 2% return. That was a sell limit that I did, okay, and 1.99%, 1.24, and then 3.56. I'm like, I'm just going to get out of this because I want to buy in a pullback, which probably was not a good idea, but whatever. I didn't know that this was going to continue to run. You just don't have a crystal ball. So I still own at 420. I purposely bought in at 420, haha. And then 431, 434. I also own this at 475, 479, and 480. All the light pink lines I have sold out, got rid of it. Okay, and let me show you something else. Look at this. This is the rug pull. We were back at $6.58 over a year ago. We're finally getting back to this area, and I'll show you that on the big picture. But don't think that you've missed your opportunity. But again, once it gets reclassified, I think, I don't know, it's going to be a long time before we see these lower levels again. But let's take this left here. I just want to show you. I've traded this so many times. A 2.26% return, 5.5. Oh, what? I get two of them back here. One at 0.82, the other at 0.52, just to get rid of shares because I never set a sell. I never set a stop loss. So when I sell out at 0.82, 0.55, that's just my stop loss because we retraced to that level. I'm like, I'm getting out, buying lower. I've done this so many times, and finally we've run. 5.526. I sold out here, 0.85, 1.58, 0.44, 1.9, 5.69. I mean, 4.63, 5.35. This beats the bank all day long, every day. 1.99, 0.75, 1.4. What else? Okay, so now I have to clean all of these gaps up. Well, I'll just do one right here since I'm here. I never looked at this. Done. This took us down to 502 a long time ago. Delete. That closed on September 2nd, 2025. Let's just go to the daily. What is that? The daily, and see what we can see here. All right, it's going to look like a hot mess. Don't mind. All right, I'm going to give you some targets. We're at 580. This is where we are. Okay, so we're going to go back to 598, and then, oops, the next leg up is going to be 728. That's all I'm going to give. And then to the south side, oops, gosh darn it, you got it. Down here, which would be 337. Good luck. I don't think that's going to happen. So anyway, I also own shares at 208, 233, 260, and then in the $4 range. I got rid of all of these because I sold. I'm like, oh, it's going to take forever to get back up. Oh well, at least I still have my shares down here. And for the shares, I'm down, well, that I bought at, I'm just curious now, 208. What is that? 208. What the heck? What the heck? Let me reset this. What the heck? Where did it go? Oh, there we go. Okay. So let me just put this at 208. 208, and we're at 580 today. 580. So I am up 178%. Yay! But you know, with my Palantir shares, I'm actually up 900%. This is nothing, but I'll take it. Okay. I will not be selling the shares I own in the $2 range. I'm going to be playing with this still for a swing trade. I'll keep my $4 range as well and then start swing trading this. All right, that does it for me. That is a look at TCNF. High Tide. Oh, I also own Grow. I got to go over these and see what's going on. All right, have a great trading week.